Famed journalist Geraldo Rivera is here. As a young man, he saw firsthand the power of student-led protests. Today, he's NewsNation contributor at large. Geraldo, hey, 1968, it was the security guys beating up journalists. Is it going to be the protesters beating up journalists in 2024?
Well, let me just direct my immediate wrath at the student, I think from Harvard, who was Black Lives Matter, and then now he's saying that Jews and white people don't deserve to live. That's an opportunistic punk. Don't sweat that. That's someone who will flounder in life, who's giving away a great opportunity that he has. Instead, he's just getting the flavor of the day. You know, they're not real. Everything you've shown today, these kids, and you know, I have a daughter who graduated from Northwestern. You know, when you see the scale of it, this isn't the Rodney King riots. These isn't the George Floyd riots. This isn't the days of rage from 1968, 1969. It's a time, though, Leland, where you know, the Palestinians are having their moment after 75+ years. Finally, these young people have said, "Hey, what about the Palestinians?" Of course, the cause is the horrible war in Gaza, and of course, October 7th. But this is the age. I am not, as a parent of 5, I am not overly alarmed by what I am seeing. You know, I was involved myself. I went to jail. I was arrested for kidnapping Donald Rumsfeld, the Secretary of Defense, and handcuffing myself and a bunch of others in his office.
Hold on. People could have said Hitler was an opportunistic punk back in the day as well. When people say they want to kill you, and when people are talking about tearing down the very fabric of institutions in America, it seems at least wise to heed their warnings rather than sit back and apologize and explain them away. The Economist, certainly not in any way a right-wing newspaper, writes, as in 1968, the Democrat risks being the candidate of chaos and war. The campus is coming for Joe Biden. You say that the Palestinians are having their day. I would argue that it's very different, right? If the Palestinians are having their day, then you'd be going after Hamas, which is the one that is continuing to oppress the Palestinians, not Israel that's trying to liberate them from Hamas. Put that aside for a second. This is the same thread of BLM. This is no longer about Palestine. This is about taking a neo-Marxist view into America. Tell me where I'm wrong.
I think that where you're wrong, I think you're an excellent reporter and a good writer. I think, though, to jump from Hitler to these kids is a jump too far. This isn't Hitler. These are kids that are going to go home and their mom's going to get mad at them. And their father's going to say, they're going to get your allowance cut off. These are middle-class bourgeois kids who've never had any, you know, conflict or adventure. You know, let them... as long as they don't break anything, as long as they don't hurt anybody, when you compare it, like
Geraldo, I hate to insert facts into this conversation, but the fellow who said he hates white people, who then said all Zionists he believes should die, is not a bourgeois kid. He is a orphaned son of a Jamaican maid who came to this country as an immigrant. And clearly, white people allowed him to go to college and to Columbia University on a scholarship, and this is what he does with it. That's a revolutionary. That's not just a punk.
Come on, Leland. A revolutionary? He's the flavor of the day. What do you got for me tomorrow? Tomorrow it's going to be the Chinese. Tomorrow it'll be the
no, it won't.
Internet giants. There'll be this. He'll get whatever it is that pleases him, that gets him attention. You know, you point out he probably is in some way dysfunctional, needs therapy, needs counseling, whatever it is, or he'll just burn himself out and become a criminal. Or maybe he'll go straight and, you know, become a newsman.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay, so
all I know is that what I'm seeing, hold it. What I'm seeing is not a revolution.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.